I approached Lahn like an idiot, and I really mean like a total idiot. Reason being is, well, when we tag a class, it kind of relates to what our main was. And I just looked at Lahn, saw that she was fit for my gear, saw that she was fit for anything that I had, and I just gave it a go. So this video will be a little bit different. This video will not be overhyping Lahn or underhyping Lahn. This video is going to be really for the player out there to not do the mistakes that I did, because my experience with Lahn was very detrimental, and I would love you to have your own, which would be better. So this video is going to be what to do about Lahn, how to properly engage with Lahn, and then after you've engaged into the bare minimum, what to expect from both of the specialization, Succession and Awakening. I hope you guys enjoy. This is about 50 hours of my time spent grinding this class so I understand it, and this is the 50 hours of Lahn video. Hope you enjoy. Alright, first of all, I am a Mystic player, and I'm not comparing Lahn to Mystic necessarily, but as I said earlier, we kind of tend to compare out of just necessity when we tag a new class. We want that class to relate one way or another, or improve upon what our main really lacks, and in general, we tag for a purpose. When I tagged my Lahn, the first thing that I did was I logged into my Lahn alt, and she was really pretty much my prisoner held hostage at Zarka because she was my Zarka killer. And I looked in Lahn in depth, and I was like, okay, well, Succession, she has very good accuracy, that's great. Mystic has very good accuracy. She had really good evasion passive, she has a 5% on Succession, and I saw that she has a very good, this downward shift dash, which gave her over 10%. I forgot exactly the number, but overall, she had amazing evasion. Not just that, but her base evasion stat was insane. So I was like, well, I'm a Mystic, I'm an evasion player, so this is going to be the perfect thing. For sure it was. Oh my god, I can't believe what I did. Next thing that I did was, well, I just checked at what type of add-on she had. She had one tier 3 add-on. It was on a long cooldown. Really, modifiers weren't that bad necessarily. I saw that she was lacking a little bit of crit, but I didn't think too much about it. And I didn't care about her mobility, because mobility is kind of something that is really basic to get. And Lahn is very special with her mobility, let me tell you that. So I approached Lahn out of total ignorance, and when I first started playing her, I was faced with this insane brick wall. So let's talk about the first part, evasion. Evasion is really a Lahn sting, but evasion, if you're going to be playing in PvE, especially nowadays with all the Dekia content really not benefiting evasion players at all, well, Lahn is, even at the high-end PvE and PvP, specifically a DR class that plays in Node War, something like onto the Flex team. Really, she is like kind of the ambush girl, let's just say it like that. She is really perfectly tailored for this. And in general, I noticed that even though she is an evasion class, there is no reason for you to play her evasion. So from the get-go, everything that I had on my character, on my Mystic in particular, the evasion gear, it was just really not that good. Her base evasion was higher than what my Mystic was. It was higher than what my Maegu on Awakening was. In general, just Maegu. But overall, she lacks a lot of damage when you put all of that evasion gear on her. And now let's talk a little bit about the add-ons and the crits. When I approached my Lahn, I was like, okay, she is obviously lacking crit. And I didn't even care to check what price Deathblow was at the time. I never even knew how expensive Deathblow was. At the time when I purchased Deathblow from my Lahn so that I could really kind of solidify my Lahn just on the basic level of viability, well, with all honesty, guys, I wouldn't engage into Lahn at all if I don't have Deathblow. Granted, if you're somebody new to the game, you will grind Deathblow out. It's about 9 billion silver, I think right now. Deathblow is about 9 billion silver to make. You will be able to get Deathblow done, but with all honesty, ooh, it's really hard, team. It really is hard. If you take Deathblow, this is what you will be able to do with your class. You'll be able to completely negate the 30% crit Z buff, and you can move towards the attack speed, granting you a total of 7 additional attack speed, which is a very big improvement. So just from having Deathblow, you're already 12% DPS ahead just because you're capping all of your abilities. Then you're getting 7% additional because you can switch towards the critical hit, from critical hit rate to the attack speed, and then you can rework your tier Tier 3 add-on. So Deathblow in general is so instrumental to Lahn's performance to the point where I can't even tell you how instrumental it is, especially on the monster AP capped spots. Now let's talk a little bit about Deathblow more because it's super important. Is Deathblow definitive? In my opinion, it is. If you go into the Lahn Discord and if you check what people are talking about over there, you'll see that probably at the extreme end games on above 70% caps, once you kind of know what your class is doing, you can probably squeeze in species damage. But everything post species damage outside of PvP, as far as I'm aware, it's a no-go. Lahn is defined by Deathblow, and please don't play Lahn without Deathblow. You're going to hinder upon your experience. You're not going to be happy about it. And now let's talk about mobility. Lahn's mobility is a brick wall for me. I've never experienced a class that has mobility in the form of which Lahn has. She has no shift dashes. She's very tied up to her aerials. She's very tied up to her abilities to just like sprint her forward, if I could say so myself. And it was really tough to learn this because I never had a similar experience like that before. Probably some other classes will not have that much of an issue. Probably you yourself will grasp this faster than me. But overall, I noticed that Lahn's aerial mobility is a specific thing and it requires practice. So from the prerequisites of me playing 50 hours of Lahn, grinding both Succession and Awakening, get your Deathblow, don't go Evasion, learn her mobility before you even start playing the class. It's ridiculously important. Let's talk about these specializations performances, starting with Succession. Succession is a beast, especially after the buff. Succession is a complete beast. She's the most protected in my opinion. She is above 90% protected with her best rotation in PvE, which makes her a really solid grinder for Dehkia. And that's very important when I say Dehkia because, well, everybody should be grinding Dehkia. Right now, Succession Lahn is an extremely safe Dehkia grinder. She is somewhat tanky there. She has a lot of health return from her LMB, RMB 34 hits. I think it was 34 or 36. It doesn't matter. Far too many hits on that thing. And in general, she doesn't struggle with the Dehkia content. So if you're looking forward to a class that is going to grind the endgame spots with ease, well, Succession Lahn is a thing for you, and I couldn't recommend you more Succession Lahn. Granted, Suck Lahn is too simple for her own good. It's a 5-button rotation, so you will get bored very fast. But I think that just how BDO works, we don't look at the class kit and how bad, simple, or this or that is. As long as it's giving you the money, then you'll be excited to play it. So Succession overall, she's very good at early game, she's very good at mid game, and she's very, very good at end game. She is in a very good spot post the buffs, and I couldn't recommend you enough Succession. Go check her out. I loved every single second outside of the first 3 hours of me playing Succession Lahn because I couldn't grasp the idea of it. But nonetheless, it's going to be very good for you, and I think you'll enjoy it. Let's talk about Awakening. Awakening is the lacking child. She really is. Awakening is not a PvE class right now. She has an issue. I had a video talking about my Awakening Lahn experience post the buffs, which were impacting her a lot in PvE, but they were specifically made for PvP. Now, Awakening Lahn is a weird girl, man. Like, she really is a weird girl. Her kit is so fast-paced to the point where you'll be seeing yourself throw your entire rotation in less than 6 seconds and then literally puppy eyes waiting for something to happen because she has nothing post that. For how fast her kit unloads, her cooldowns are absolutely horrible, like really horrible. You have so many instrumental abilities being locked behind all of these huge cooldowns, and to the point where in my eyes, Awakening Lahn right now as it is, if you're looking for her to be viable anywhere, from all of the hours that I've grinded on across all of the spots, I think Gaifen Lower is the only place where you should be bringing an Awakening Lahn. She is really, really lacking. So with that being said, guys, this is my 50 hours of Lahn experience. This video was unscripted. This video was really just me pouring my heart out, and I hope I helped you to make some good decisions when you're approaching Lahn. I am not going to trash talk classes anymore. I don't feel happy when I do. I don't want to put any negative content. I've had an enlightenment recently because, well, I understood, I really did, that my content is either overhyping or really trash talking class. It was never there for the middleman. And I want to be really kind of this connection towards anybody who just wants to engage with classes. This is what my experience was. Do this so that it would be a better one for you. Hope you enjoyed. Love you to that, and I'll see you on Twitch. We moved there. See ya.